Hi, welcome to the first of two videos pulling apart a couple of brilliant Robben Ford 5/1 licks taken from his classic track Help the Poor, starting with this one. And before we get into the analysis, just a quick reminder, if you'd like to see a transcription of this or any of my other lines and solos, you'll find a link in the description down below. And if you enjoyed this, don't forget to click like and subscribe. Okay, so this 5/1 line comes, as we said, from the Robben Ford classic track Help the Poor. And the track itself is in D minor, but part of the progression, you get this chord sequence, getting from A13 sus to A7 sharp 5 to D minor 11, which you can kind of see as a minor 2-5-1. You could kind of see it as E minor 11 in fact, A7 altered, D minor 11. So it does give you ample opportunity to throw in 2-5-1 lines in D over this in D minor. So for this first line that we're looking at, which is probably, arguably, Robben Ford's most famous kind of jazz lick in inverted commas, what he's doing on this, basically when he gets to the A7 sharp 5 chord, is when he starts this line and plays this. This is a little pickup, so the last 2/16 of the previous bar leading into the A7 sharp 5. So we've got C and A. You could see those two notes as coming from A minor pentatonic. And then when we hit the A7 sharp 5 chord proper, we get this lovely idea. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on here. So he starts off by going from the A to the B flat, B flat being the flat 9, and then moves up this. So notes-wise, what we've got here is B flat, C, C sharp, F or E sharp, A, and C. So we could see this in a couple of ways. We could kind of see this as a B flat minor major 9 arpeggio. So essentially moving up a half step over the A altered chord and playing a minor major 9 arpeggio. And over an altered dominant 7th chord, one of the classic things to do is to play the altered scale, which is mode 7 on melodic minor. Which is mode 7 of B flat melodic minor. B flat melodic minor, if you harmonize that, you would get a B flat minor major 7 chord. And if you extend it, you get B flat minor major 9. So it's kind of a classic sort of substitution idea over an altered dominant chord to move up a half step and to play a minor major 7th arpeggio, or in this case, a minor major 9. So as I say, this is one way of looking at this. You could also see it as just all being from the A altered scale. Because the notes we've got here are the flat 9, sharp 9, major 3rd, sharp 5, root, and sharp 9. So basically a whole bunch of alterations there. And he follows this by going to G, which is the flat 7th, and then back up to C again, sharp 9, and then back to the A. Then down to the F or E sharp, sharp 5, And then he goes down to this E flat or D sharp note here, which he kind of ghosts. You have to listen pretty carefully to hear it in there. It almost sounds like he's leaving a gap there. But he is just sort of ghosting this note. And this D sharp E flat note, it's another alteration, it's the flat 5. And he follows that by going back to the G, flat 7th, and pulling off to the F, E sharp, sharp 5. Then going to C sharp, down to the C. So from the major third to the sharp 9. Then to the flat 9, B flat. And ending up on this A, the root note. It's a really lovely altered idea. In fact, he sort of slides into this A. So a lovely idea. As I mentioned, we can see this a couple of ways. You could see it as all being A altered scale. You could see it as being based around a B flat minor major 9 arpeggio, which he's using as maybe framework and then throwing in the other notes from the altered scale. I mean, you end up in similar places. And then he follows this by jumping up to the E. We're back onto the D minor 7 chord now, the D minor 11. That A would be the 5th of D minor 7, so he's resolving to a chord tone, D minor chord. Then going up to the 9th, the E, then back to the A, then to the D, the root, and plays this nice little idea. So going from the E to the D, then bending up, then kind of half bend up to the F, G stops, and then back to the D. So you could see it as mixing A minor pentatonic and D minor pentatonic. Or just kind of D minor pentatonic, but throwing in that 9th as well. Either way, there's a lot going on with this. It's a lovely idea, really lovely idea, and it's so beautifully phrased as well and beautifully resolved, and it just fits perfectly. Although it's a bluesy solo, he manages to phrase it so well that it just flows perfectly into it without sounding out of place, as kind of jazz ideas sometimes can when you're playing blues. They're really lovely. So let's put all of this together slowly. Here we go. 3 and 4. So I hope you've enjoyed this look at a classic 5-1 line from Robben Ford. The second part will be coming next week. We'll be looking at another brilliant 5-1 idea from this same track, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that. That's almost it from me, but to end, let's play this lick at half tempo with the backing track, and then a couple of times back up to tempo to finish.